And welcome back. So, you're all coasting over this frozen valley below you, hundreds of feet off the ground, absolving yourself from what seemed to be the proximity of the Tomb Takers giving chase. Through the night, you kept enough distance and managed to shrug them off enough to allow yourself a long rest, but they seem to have still managed to keep somewhat of a beat on you. But you have banished the coveted stone away to somewhere.
Jesus. Dickweed.
But you continue traveling. Where are you going? Where are you heading?
We were heading to Essex, correct?
Yeah, that's where we're trying to get to.
Just throwing this out there as we fly. Are we going about this incorrectly? I'm just throwing it out there. I think this is a bad idea, but they've been stalking us, hunting us, chasing us down, ambushing us. Should we do the same to them?
No.
Track them in the dead of night. Spring on them when they're least expecting it.
Duh.
But I think
Kill
we're always
Otis.
expecting it.
Well,
I mean, yes, to kill Otis. But I don't know about all the
Them
other.
off one at a time. Oh. No?
no.
Oh, we're flying, right? It's a great idea, Should we shout in?
All right, we'll table it. To Essex!
Okay. At this distance up, it's odd. You can see this kind of frost-covered, jagged landscape below you that fits this valley. The mountain range you can see in the distance that kind of curves around and wraps approximately 70% of this valley before opening westward towards the rest of the Eiselcross open ice fields that you've already traversed. Below you can see the topography is odd and strange, and I guess whoever's keeping an eye on it would like to make a perception check to see if they can make out details.
I'll assist you.
Please,
I'll
actually.
assist you.
That does help.
It sounded like a witness protection
thank
voice
God.
modulator there.
That I got a 14.
What was that?
I got a 14.
14. You circle around for a bit, and you can see there are ice spires that protrude from areas of this. Some of them unnaturally so, will be flat, and then occasionally there's just like a spike that you imagine probably thrusts 50, 60 feet out of the open space. Some you see clusters of them. Occasionally you can see discoloration beneath the ice, where the white and faint element of blue that refracts from the atmosphere shifts into almost darker coloration and then continues back into ice. This definitely is not natural in some ways, and if this is to be where the ruins of Aor rest, you can definitely see why this would eventually draw the attention of people who travel to this region. But you find towards the end of the duration of your polymorph, the first attempt begins to come to a close, and you're kind of over the center of this open valley. Would you like to continue with another spell slot to maintain your polymorph?
We should probably land so we can talk for a second.
Okay.
Let's land and walk for a second, maybe.
Yeah.
Warily on the ground here in this very strange place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all step down into the middle of this ice, and as you hit, the ground is hard. There is a soft snow from the night before, but it's not as thick as where you had found it over the nearby mountain range, and you can find areas where your foot finds ice and slides a bit, but you're comfortable. It's not super treacherous or anything. And you can see some of the odd spires and things that break out in the distance, 100, 300, 500 feet off in different directions.
500 feet.
Does this... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I can't polymorph two of us again. I can only polymorph one of us. So we're going to be in the same situation we were last night.
Well,
We could go on foot.
You have a head start.
And I'm good to get in my daily jog.
When the Tomb Takers just tried to ambush us, how long had the stone been gone for?
You mean just now at the base
How
of the
long did it
mountain?
teleported away?
Yeah, we teleported away, and then was it like 5 minutes later? It's
pretty
An
close.
hour later?
It was pretty close, about like 10 or so minutes.
Okay. So we're not aware if they're tracking us or the stone.
They're tracking us. They have our blood. They're blood mages. That's what their power is.
Cool.
They had been, at least, we think.
There's
They
no
don't know
reason-
whether we have the stone or not. Is what I'm.
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, if we keep mentioning that we don't, they'll eventually know.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
But-
right.
Oh shit.
They're probably scrying on us right now.
I
They do
hope.
have the stone. It's just
Do it
hidden.
pretty often. Which edge, in which direction in this bowl that we're in is Essex
Can't with that mustache.
base of operations?
Do you have recollection of that?
Northwest. Oh, Essex?
Essex.
The far east side of Aor.
And we're dead center,
You are dead center.
and I know where north is, so I can point towards where east
go.
would be. So that's where we want to head.
I guess that's a fair question. Do I have the map anymore?
If you were keeping it within your bag, which you likely were, probably not.
Well, also, if they've talked about it in the last month, which they have, again, Liam remembers nothing, but Caleb does.
I think I showed you the map at some point, so
I'd say it's in there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you have the
We
information
would
with
have talked
Caleb's
about the
schema.
direction, where it was, and
I remember that offhand. But
my character with a 20 intelligence will remember. I can't throw fire either.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, perhaps we should make distance then. They maybe have given up on us
that little bastard.
already.
I hope
if
so.
we're lucky, but if not, we should move.
We should keep moving. Let's move in that direction.
Don't let them close the distance if they're following.
Agreed.
So even if we're flying slower, we're still flying.
You want to load up and fly, or do you want to walk?
Either way.
Just in a bit, we could lower our altitude just for, shit's sake.
Oh, we're not flying. We're walking now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't have the ability to polymorph. Three of us.
never.
It's only 2 people, so.
Do you mind if we at least keep moving east on foot until we get near one of these spires to take a look at it?
Sure. We are walking through this whole conversation.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
a walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
I'm assuming that where we are fits with the writings from the Explorer and journal that we read from the pages of kind of this massive anomaly. Does this feel like
It certainly
fits?
seems like an anomaly. The coloration of this valley definitely, and the topography of it seems odd enough based on the rest of Isocross that you've encountered in this time that you've been here, that it just feels different. The coloration is different. The way the ice settles, the way these odd shapes protrude. Caduceus, Caleb, and Beauregard, with your passive perceptions. Now that you rest on here and kind of look about, you feel like this valley is at a very faint angle too.
Oh.
Like as you're
And
walking
you
and
said
you
that
feel,
the snow was harder?
yeah,
Is this a ruin?
I think we're standing on top of a plate.
A plate?
We are.
What does that mean?
If a piece of the city fell out of the sky
On an angle.
and fell at an angle, and this ground feels harder than the 6 feet of snow we've been trudging through.
This is Aor.
Yeah, we're on Aor.
on
It's
top of
one of the chunks.
Also,
Probably the
when you drop a stone into a bucket or a pond and it goes down and a little bloop flies up out of the water, maybe that's what this is.
What, the mountains?
The spires.
Spires.
Oh.
Maybe.
Because do they look like ice? Is that what you're saying? Or
It would go
Well,
you walk far enough to get to the closest spire in the direction you're traveling, which only takes about 5-6 minutes on foot to get towards it. And this one's probably rises about 15-20 feet, not terribly high, but it is wide. It's about maybe 10 feet at its base, and it has a natural kind of craggy ice exterior before it comes to a gradual, slightly shifted point. And there are some small outcroppings where you can see it has a natural feel to it.
does it share the same slight angle as the ground we're walking on?
Or is it?
Or does it go
directly
straight
Straight
to the
up.
sky?
No, it's at an angle.
Yeah.
It,
That's just.
Is there anything inside of it, or is it possible to see directly through it?
Make a perception check. I mean, it's pretty opaque, but if you want to go and approach and kind of like wipe away.
I'm just trying to like shine a light through it like an iPhone.
Let me pull out my cell phone.
Boy, I'm going to. This is so embarrassing. I can't wait
This
to.
is the kind
20.
of person who would have like his iPhone flashlight on for like a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to be like,
Oh, it's
Yeah,
his
my
Battery
iPad
keeps
flash.
running out. I don't know why. Start bringing my glasses to this. That's terrible. I'm getting old.
The ice that the spire is constructed of itself is mostly opaque. It is not smooth, clear, glass-like ice. It has heavy texture and a lot of imperfection throughout its surface, so you cannot see deep into it, maybe just but an inch or so. You can't make out any detail. You can't really tell if it's natural or not, but nevertheless, it does seem consistent and oddly matches a lot of the ground topography surrounding as well.
mysterious icy pillar? I mean, I feel like we spend a few hours here, right?
It's on brand.
There's no Dagon here to tell us not to.
Dagon. Jeez.
He's probably made it to Essex by now.
We keep walking. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna-
We could talk to him.
So it's a bit of a journey. I would like someone to go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Where are we? Where are we?
I think I did
I agree.
Oh,
You
dragon?
did
Oh, good.
last, yeah.
Good. I've been rolling real well. This will be funny.
So we're basically
Actually, let's
in
use the
the
ice die. This will be fun. Ice die. What does a 14 mean? Thank you. I'm not Sam.
14. Go ahead. No, wait, that's wrong.
Roll a d6, then a d8,
Give me giant.
and two
Give me
d20s.
giant.
And then a
No,
D3.
we've already done that one, actually. Roll again, because we've already got that encounter, and I forgot to change it.
Oh,
Sorry.
shit.
12.
12.
Geladon erupts from the ground.
Mecha Geladon.
Yeah. Got a Vulcan cannon in the front.
Still have a point of exhaustion for God's sake.
No, relatively clear. The weather begins to clear up a bit. The clouds break, and for the first time in a short time, you see the blue sky above, and it is welcome. It does warm a bit as the sunlight begins to come through, and at least the day seems to be a little more welcoming to your journey eastward. Heading in the kind of southeastern direction from where you were standing towards where you believe Essek had said he was currently residing, an outpost of some kind. Who's keeping visual eyesight for this?
I
The
will
high perception kids.
keep an eye out, yeah. Do we want to
High
give word that
perception.
we're on our way?
Exhausted.
Each of
Oh,
you?
then I can look.
Okay.
It's decent.
Okay, so then I would have Caleb and Jester go ahead and roll perception checks, please.
What? Damn it.
What'd you get?
What is
It
it?
wasn't the cake, you guys. It wasn't the cake.
You get a 1? Well, I rolled a 25.
I'm gonna put this over here.
You roll a 25?
Yeah.
Okay. As you
back.
kind of continue to traverse this frost-covered, jagged landscape, this kind of odd valley of death nestled within these alien mountains that surround the
It is.
outskirts,
It really is.
Yeah.
you have a hard time seeing anything that resembles an outpost. You notice about a mile off from where you currently are walking, you see a heavier cluster of these crooked ice spires, maybe about 7, 8 of them, though one of them seems a bit smaller, that are kind of just all in this centralized area. Oddly glacial ice just kind of jutting out. You swear you see a handful of smaller humanoid creatures kind of rapidly move from one chunk of the terrain to the next.
And the ice bars, are they leaning like pickup sticks in a way?
They seem to be at odd angles.
Okay.
From your current perspective, you're not close enough to make out any specific.
Mile off from where we are, you said?
Not quite Fortress of Solitude stars.
I don't know if that's what we want, but there is some sort of grouping of persons mile off in that direction.
Did they seem like they noticed us?
That's far. I don't know.
Is it them?
I don't know.
Should I send a message to Essex?
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Where should I say we are?
Well,
En route?
Yeah.
say we're en
Say we're
route
10
and
minutes
ask what
away.
we should be looking for.
Wait, should we see invisibility and, see if they're looking at us right now? Can you do that, 40?
Do we want to?
Why don't we just talk to the boss?
Sure.
Sure. I'll summon the sword.
All right.
See invisibility.
Glancing around the space, make a perception check.
Cocked. Natural 20.
Oh.
For a 23.
23. Looking about the space, no sign of any sort of arcane point of visualization. You feel pretty clear.
Good to go.
Okay. I'll send the message to Essek. Okay, we're en route. We're in the middle of a bunch of spires? What should we be looking for? How do we find you?
You could wrap it up early.
No.
Gee whiz. You are great!
You're right.
Glad we
But not.
weighed that.
Worth it.
That was perfect.
You get a response. Well, thank you for your kind words. Good. Look for the larger spired clusters. Be mindful. No weapons out.
Oh.
That's
Good
it.
to know. He said, be mindful, no weapons out. Large clusters of spires.
But Bo's body is a weapon.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Think of the magical echoing pauses that he listens to. Gee, who is?
Yeah.
You are straight.
Also, Jester, if you could roll a d20 for me, please.
Because you used magic.
What?
Maybe
No.
something else?
Or sorry, a d100, not a d20.
Oh, we're going
I don't
there.
have a D100. Do I roll 2 percentile?
You roll two percentile dice is the d100.
Okay, good.
1 percentile, 1 not
Well,
percentile.
maybe because we're getting closer, it's just always?
I know what I do. Magic.
Always be casting.
I rolled a 10 and a 7, so 17.
Okay. I'm sorry, misread my roll there. Do roll a d20 for me. I had it right, and then I second guessed myself. That happens all the time.
That felt gnarly. 17 felt gnarly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if I had rolled a 17 on the 22, but I didn't. I rolled a 5.
Okay. You're fine.
We okay?
You're fine.
What? That's it? That was weird.
That was very strange.
I got like so many over here now.
Weapons not out and keep walking, I guess.
Okay.
You can just juggle these fuckers.
You jaunt on for a bit longer, and as you get closer, you begin to see figures moving between the various towers and such, and then they all of a sudden scatter, and it's quiet.
These aren't the same ones that he saw before, right?
It's the same location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you see some movement, and then you see none. And then as you approach closer and closer still, nothing.
Skies.
Sky's clear.
Does this look like the cluster of spires as it could have been referencing?
This is the one that Caleb saw earlier.
Yeah. That was confirmation. I'm going to pull out and hold up medallion.
I hold my hands up.
A medallion
The
of
sign of the queen.
the Bright Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
that we all have.
Yeah, I'll whip out mine too.
Oh,
I don't
wow,
have mine anymore.
Oh, you don't have anything anymore.
You didn't keep it on your
Are you at
person? You
least
put it in
wearing
your
your
bag?
ring?
Yeah, I'm attuned to it.
don't have mine either. I gave it to Tyron.
Well, as long as some of us have it, should be good.
As long as a few of us, we're all right.
We're together.
We're fine.
We got +1s.
You get within a few hundred feet of, pardon me, the outskirts of this spire cluster before you see out of the snow in several different locations a bunch of archers and crossbowmen just in the space. They shout something in Undercommon. Did anybody here speak Undercommon?
I do.
You hear, "Halt! What's your business?"
Be nice.
Be nice. I respond in Undercommon. We're friends of the dynasty. Looking for Essek Thalon.
Thalos.
Thalos. I didn't say Thalon. I said Thalos in game. Sorry, my accent sucks.
See, one of them approaches, and you can see now there's heavy white furred cloaks that blend in really well with the snowy surroundings, but right beneath it, as the arms come out, the armor is very familiar aspects of the Aurora Watch, almost organic type metallic armor that you've seen before. The kind of, chitinous insect-like designs, but with heavy fur at the various edges to help keep it warm.
Cool.
As they approach the crossbow up, the one looks forward and glances at the symbols you're holding up from about 50 feet away and goes, They're friends. Everyone kind of puts their weapons down. Mostly. They're still holding them there, but they're definitely more relaxed. And the one that's kind of towards you all goes, Follow me. And they all still kind of keep a circle around you, but it's less aggressive and guarding and more just traveling with you. As you begin to make your way, you can see on the side of one of these spires, a door opens. And from the inside, you can see this kind of warm, constructed interior. And immediately you begin to suss out that these spires are some sort of illusory construct, that there is actually a small outpost here that is completely masqueraded with magic.
Cool. That is so awesome.
But as the door opens, you see a figure kind of drift out. You see the familiar white, short hair, odd grin, and now a heavy white fur collared, kind of long purple black cloak as the shadow hand Essek Thalos drifts towards you.
I run over and hug him. It's so good to see you.
And everyone kind of stops and kind of gives a curious head turn.
Oh, sorry.
It is good to see you as well, Jester. Mighty Nine, I'm happy to see that you traveled safely across these lands. Well, do come in. We have much to discuss, I imagine.
Yeah.
In private, hopefully.
And kind of glances about and puts a hand up to the rest of everybody, and they begin to scatter and go about their business. You hear a couple of whistles go, like this kind of odd metallic whistle, kind of around, and as it does, some of the doors begin to open and people begin going about their business. And in an instant, this quiet, desolate space, you begin to see other doors open, and this becomes a bustling outpost again.
Wow.
Where about 12 to 14 or so people begin carrying materials back and forth. You can see people are in the process of building weapons, and there's a hidden forge beneath an overhang that you couldn't see from the outside, but once you come around the opposite edge, you could see it's just a camouflaged tent top. And on the inside, you can see they're starting to get the bellows going and the flames starting to rise once more. But Essek leads you into the chambers where he emerged, and as you step inside, it is thankfully much warmer upon your approach. Relatively well lit. You can see a number of tables set out, heavy crates kind of piled up with materials and supplies of some kind, a number of other Aurora's Watch soldiers surrounding you, chairs and other individuals that kind of look over and give a nod as you enter, accompanied by Essek. You all step inside. The door is closed by one of the soldiers who kind of just keeps post there, arms crossed. Essek spins around at the central table and then glides down onto one of the nearby stools. Before looking you all over, his cloak kind of throws back over his shoulders a bit, revealing his mantle. So, friends, what brings you to Aor?
Anything that see invisibility would pick up in this room that is not as it appears?
Actually, yeah. Make a perception check for me. See if you catch anything.
16.
16. You do see two soldiers that are currently cloaked through some sort of magic that have heavy crossbows that are at two different corners of the chamber. They're not up and ready, but they're just keeping watch.
Okay. We have quite a bit to explain. Do we want to do this privately or privately? There's a lot that's been happening. We are in desperate need of help.
You see, he kind of gives a glance throughout the room and says, anything you can say to me, you can say to our friends in this chamber.
And I'm assuming this chamber is pretty well protected from spies, scrying magic, anything they can see in.
So.
Do you have anything like hot cocoa or an espresso with absinthe in it,
Hot
or
water's all
like
we need. I
anything at all?
Still have hot cocoa.
Oh, do you have
They-
hot water, Essek? We can make cocoa.
That can be procured, yes. And he goes and looks over. One of the other soldiers has already left. And at the mention of hot cocoa being present, you can see a number of the soldiers kind of head turn to you. You've suddenly become the prettiest belle at the ball.
Got any extras?
Yeah, we good. I've got enough to make a couple pots. So.
Great. Great.
Make an insight check for me.
Oh, disadvantage.
Yep.
Hit it all. 13.
Okay.
That's not horrible.
No. You can't. Do you have magic that would let you like see a picture in somebody's mind? Like if I had seen something and wanted to show you, but couldn't draw very well and just wanted you to just kind of see it. Is there a thing?
I can draw really well.
I would be able to on the morrow, but at the moment, I do not have the capability. My apologies.
The thing we saw.
Which
What
one?
thing? The city?
City.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We're going way back for this story.
I feel like we need to impress the gravity of the situation.
What if he already knows?
That's what I was to say. Yeah.
First, our story is very complicated. Why don't you catch us up on what you're doing here, how you're doing?
Very well, actually. Walk with me, if you would, then. If you don't.
walk and talk.
And he gives a nod.
Isn't there one piece of
Harder to shoot.
information we should share, though, before we sort of
But
catch up on them leisurely?
Yes.
so good.
Like, just in case they try to identify people instead of going like, if you see these people, fuck them up as fast as you can.
Yeah, there's a group.
We're being pursued.
By whom?
A group of 5.
Called the Tomb Takers.
Have you heard of them?
Did Essek ever meet Molly? No.
I think so.
No.
I cannot say I'm familiar with this group.
Have you heard of the Nonagon?
No.
Have you heard of the
Somnovum?
Somnovum?
I do not believe so.
Inside check. Inside check.
Okay.
Okay.
Freeze frame.
Okay.
17.
25.
20 total.
Oh, shit.
Well, everyone just goes in on.
Swords out.
And, or you roll
I
it?
rolled a 1. I'm shut the
All right,
fuck
fair
up.
enough.
25.
He seems to be on the level. He seems to be. His curiosity is certainly piqued as to what dragged you out in the middle of here, but he did not seem to react in some odd or guarded way when you mentioned the phrase.
We are
He's
learned.
good.
What are you doing out here, Essek? Don't you know all the horrible things that happened here?
If anybody sees them, though, they should report it before they even engage.
They're led by a guy who's purple and he's covered in eyeballs and he's got horns like mine, okay? And then there's like 4 other people with him. One's a cat, one's a halfling, one's a big guy, one's, I don't know, an elf.
I'll cast silent image and just sort of make
Right.
these
See-
people sort of morph into each other.
See, Essek kind of raises a finger and points towards one of the soldiers who approaches and begins to listen intently.
They are really dangerous. They can destroy magic. They almost killed all of us.
We fought a dragon, and the dragon was an easier fight than these people. It was
See,
a lot.
The soldier that Essek called over is not quite as armored as some of the other ones and has kind of a longer robe. And you can see they begin to create match an illusion to the one that's being created here. And the descriptions that you're giving is they see crafting visuals of this. And Essek gives him a nod and says, "Tell the others." And he leaves. And you get the sense that he's going to inform the rest of the guard of the outpost.
We
of
relay
these
the
people.
ability to dispel magic, all the
Yeah.
And there's enough cocoa that as long as the 1 cup gets around to each of these when you're done boiling it, whatever's left, feel free to spread around. There should be at least 12 cups. Thank you.
To be rationed. Well, thank you for the heads up on that. Yeah, come walk with me for a bit. We can catch up a bit. I'm sorry you're being pursued by these individuals. We shall keep an eye out. I promise you that. I will show you around the outpost. And he rises and begins to head towards the door. The door opens on its own. And do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Okay. You head out into the central, what would be a thoroughfare. Now that you can see this is an outpost, and now you're in the middle of it, you can see the spires are arranged to create kind of a central roadway that passes, this kind of curved cluster where the main kind of back and forth between these buildings, essentially, can be relatively easy and kept. And now that you're closer to, you can see more of the soldiers that have the heavy white cloaks and hoods up that are on top of these spires at different platforms that have heavy ballista-like bolts and defensive position weapons that are affixed to it that you could not see from a distance and are very well hidden, but are definitely capable of taking some very dangerous things down should they wander too close to this location. As you guys kind of get close and there aren't anybody around, he goes, "Apologies, just if we're going to talk a bit, perhaps we should be a little more private. Come, I will show you where my chambers are, and not far from that, perhaps where you might wish to stay for the night."
Oh, wonderful.
And as he approaches, kind of on the far northern end, a door opens, and you can see there's a guard out there that kind of nods, and you are all escorted in. This room is small but comfortable. Looking at it, you can see that it seems newer, or at least fresher. The accoutrement, the decorations of it don't have that look of being weathered for a long period of time. And as the door closes, you see Essek kind of gives a glance and nudges his fingers a bit in a direction and looks to you all. All right, the door is silent. No one can hear us through here.
Just a moment. I'll look around the room. And did I see any other invisible sentries as we were making our way through all of that? Just to get an idea of how many people might be cloaked or hidden throughout this entire...
Right. You did not see any other invisible sentries. The only ones that you saw were in that central chamber.
Got it.
And you can see there was a lot of things being guarded in there from what you could tell. So you're not quite certain if there are other ones around. You didn't see any. A lot of them are still cloaked in the sense of like just keeping visually camouflaged to the environment.
Okay. And the room is clear, no orbs.
Make a perception check.
We're in Essex chambers now.
You are.
Great. 19.
Looking around, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Cool. My apologies for that. Not deception, but you see he's looking a bit nervous. He goes, "You asked me what I'm doing here. I requested this outpost. I needed to be as far away from any sort of central politics after the negotiation."
Why?
The guilt?
Well, partially, but more so the fact that if I am a dangling thread of communication to the Empire that triggered all of this, what purpose do I serve to be kept alive by the Assembly?
That makes sense.
I can guarantee you there are at least a dozen assassins out looking for me on their
From both
regard.
sides, probably.
From our side,
I can only assume so.
does anyone from yours suspect?
Not yet. But who knows? It's possible. Regardless, I was granted this post, and for the time being, I am enjoying the change of pace, strangely.
So you really don't know very much about Aor, then?
I'm learning as we go, but I just asked to be sent far away, and from what I'd heard, there was quite a bit of competitive acquisition of relics, and if I'm to be honest, that is an intriguing thing. I mean, I'm a man of arcane study, and if there are things here that can continue to progress my personal studies, then that would be perfect. But it also has the benefit of preventing the Assembly in some subtle ways of getting these secrets before we did. And keeping me far away from where perhaps I'm being sought after for the time being.
So you don't have a specific mission or timetable here? It's just to guard, protect, and acquire arcane materials?
For the time being.
We have a mission for you. Save the world.
I fear your day-to-day might be a little more interesting than you had bargained for soon. One question before we dive into... There is so much. We, in recent past, have tried to send something away from this region. I tried to send something out of the frozen north. We don't know if it reached its destination.
Via translocation.
Is correct. Do you have any experience doing such here?
I have. I've been to and from elements of the dynasty a couple of times since I've been here. It's challenging. What were your means of sending this object?
Well, I had a physical article from the location I was trying to send our
But it was
item.
not via circle.
No,
Not near what?
more powerful.
Not via circle.
Not via circle.
Circles are the best?
The magics around here are very strange. Especially at the proximity to these ruins. Any sort of magical incantation has an opportunity to create unexpected consequences. But one of the elements that is most affected, especially in Isocras, is translocation, teleportation. What I've learned is the use of a circle, having a specific anchor rune, and the personal transition too. So the moving away from Eor seems to be largely unaffected, or at least the safest route. Anything beyond that has an increased chance of going awry.
So if we were to step away via circle, everything is fine, but trying to step back.
As far as I know, yes. I make no extreme guarantees, but I have not seen a problem, and for those I know who have come before me, that seems to be the universal knowledge.
How did you get back? You said you went home a few times?
Mm-hmm.
How did you return?
The same way I've brought you around Exandria. It doesn't always work out the best. To put it bluntly, it either sent me a little ways off of my intended destination, and I had to keep safe and find another way back, or try again the next day. Or it did eventually get me there, but in the process, I underwent some physical stress.
Did it like rearrange your body parts and put your butt on your front or something?
It might have had it completed its attempts, maybe.
Oh shit.
But let's just say it can be quite painful if it goes very wrong. But it is possible. And if it be an emergency and a timetable of challenge, it could outweigh the dangerous journey here.
Good to know, though, if we need to beat a hasty retreat, we can do so.
Potentially.
Coming back is
Worse.
more difficult.
But it is a dangerous place for anyone of intense magical practicing. The proximity of these ruins just makes things difficult to prepare for.
Is that true of even the most basic magics, or is it...
Basic magics can seem to get past whatever strange field or weave is here, but anything beyond even the most rudimentary spells tends to shift like through a prism.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Okay, understood.
Well, that allays our most immediate concern.
Can I get a beat on Essek on if he's like a little twitchy, a little nervous? He mentioned the assassin thing, but can I sense if there is something he's not letting on to?
Make an insight check.
Go, wisdom.
That's really good. That is really good. 28 total.
28.
Jesus.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 19.
He seems definitely nervous. His nerves, both, you can see him, he's instinctually kind of just looking over his shoulder around him, in a way a person who is constantly expecting anything to jump out of them is. But on top of that, there's also an additional layer. With that roll, I have no other better way to say it. There is shame.
Shame.
He's having a hard time making direct eye contact with any of you for too long.
Wow.
He kept us in the dark a lot.
This is the dynasty became aware of the Empire suddenly sending more and more individuals and interests to Isocross a ways back, especially when Balin Post was incited here. And so Vermus was sent northward, which is a mobile, ocean-based city, if you will. A collection of ships that can link up together to form a small city at sea.
Oh, wow.
It is a bit to the west here off the coast. That is how I originally approached Isocross. As to come here blind without experience via teleportation is serious folly. Scouts from that outpost first set up this region here, and for a time being we're holding up. But there are dynasty missionary efforts out this way, and meeting with Empire usually ends in bloodshed, so we have to keep careful, hence the guard around. And there have been instances in which some of our delving crews have also encountered Empire interests within the ruins themselves, or whatever else lives beneath. And there are many things, both that have taken up home within the ruins below, or things that still strangely survive from this time a millennia ago that stalk the lightless tunnels beneath.
We killed a giant baby.
Lots of arms.
It's not just
So
a
many.
baby. It was a bit more than that.
It was
yes,
giant.
It was, and also other things besides the baby.
It had no butt.
Mostly baby.
And to, as your question earlier was asked, yes, I am interested here. How would I not be? There have been, in some of the early excavations, I don't know if you've encountered these as well, but there has been some iconography and some recovered notations of the Eorin society that resemble a Luxon beacon. Things that resemble toying with Dunamis before we were even established. So think of the possibilities of if Eor at the time was unlocking the possibilities of Dunamancy before we even began to develop it ourselves. That would be an immense boon to the dynasty.
What? I mean, we've seen some of the ruins, and it seemed like a very alien sort of society. Did we see any evidence of Luxon or fate stuff?
We don't know Luxon well enough, I don't think.
You didn't encounter anything that caught your eye in that way.
What evidence did you see, Essek?
Similar symbols of, and you see he kind of rolls his fingers and you see he sends a very simple minor illusion of the dodecahedron, the beacon.
Counterspell.
Well, that's not very sportsmanlike. Of the beacon there. It says that there has been some writing that we've uncovered that is of a beacon's design, as well as discussions of magic in similar realms of what I myself study.
The beacon's design, as in these things were made by man? I thought they were gifted by a god or
I
something.
do not believe that they are made by anyone but the Luxon. They are of the Luxon, but they've been around since the Luxon's been in Exandria, which is the beginning. So it is possible that there may be one or more beacons that they uncovered long before we did. And if that's the case, that brings the dynasty that much closer to bringing the Luxon together. So this is very much important. And these are only recent findings.
Oh, Essek. We have so much to catch you up on.
Where to even begin? Does it start with we were fucking about on a volcano, or...
It's also like, where does it potentially connect and where does it not?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess we as a group have to decide, are we just going to spill
Give it all
the beans?
Well, something...
We love this guy, right? He's great. Even though he's done shitty things. Just like
pretend
us.
like
He's done
you're
some
not-
real shitty things.
Pretend you're,
We
like
have
you're not
to.
listening.
It's okay.
There's no one here who hasn't. There's no one here who isn't a little embarrassed by something.
War
Regardless,
crimes,
regardless, something is going to happen here. Potentially, soon. Something large.
Your sabbatical is over.
So, long time ago, before the city crashed, there was this group called the Somnova. And they were, like... They thought they were smarter than everyone else, right?
Yeah.
And they figured out what was happening, and they decided to save their section of the city. They said they were going to send it away to make it safe.
The Cognos Award.
Yes.
I've read of such a place in...
So they succeeded, but what they ended up doing was sending that portion of the city to the Astral Sea. I think. And this city has been there for 1,000 years, becoming something completely different. It's alive, it's tortured, it's just pure hatred and evil and has no desire but to devour everything.
We have seen it. All of us in vision.
Seen us.
This whole time, I am deeply staring at every twitch that happens in his face.
Not very subtly.
Make an insight check. As we progress.
That's an 18, so 27.
Okay. He's listening intently still.
There's a group of people, the Tomb Takers, who desire to bring this portion of the city back to Exandria.
For what purpose?
They've been driven mad,
They want to join.
and they want to bring the madness. It's just madness.
Power?
It's got a hold of...
The voices can reach you. I don't know as well as Bo and Caleb what that is like, but
Are we going to put everything on the table?
Not that part.
Our understanding of this is rudimentary at best. But these tomb takers, this purple one we have mentioned, believes that he can achieve all his dreams if he brings this city of dreamers back into the world, we think. Anyway, we have been at odds with them for the past few weeks here in Islecross, running around.
they're seeking large crests. That's one of the things we sent away.
These large gems that we believe were part of the construction of the city of Aor.
Threshold crests, you mean?
Yes.
Our best guess is that they will be used to somehow
Bring the city
open a
back.
door. Yeah.
Have you heard anything about the 9 eyes?
I do not, but from what you say, this city of dreams is a malevolent force, and they seek to bring it back. That is a dire warning. So you're reading him on this. He's intently listening, and seems to be genuinely disturbed by the information that he's received.
Okay.
He's taking it in. He's very controlled, like he's used to listening and kind of, his demeanor since you met him has been very constructed. It is very much an element that he instinctually puts forward, but even in that space you could see him being very contemplative and trying to just take it all in and nod.
We wouldn't have brought this to you if we didn't have to, and not for a lack of trust. You are a friend, but we understand how these sorts of problems weigh on you particularly, and
He puts his hand up. I've spent so much of my life focused on myself. My climb, all of my selfish needs. I've never really been trusted, and so I did not trust, and I never let anyone close. I have been clouded in my judgment many times through a lot of my life. When you gave me trust, it gave me a perspective that was so agonizingly striking. So easy to see that I refused to acknowledge it at first, even. I would be lying if I said that our paths crossing hasn't shaken me to the core. And I'm appreciative.
I'll inside check that.
Go for it. Hard to read. And I'm thankful for this perspective. But you do not owe me trust for what I have done.
No, we definitely don't. And we still don't really
Good.
trust you.
Good.
But maybe
Jester does.
we have a chance for you to do something good for your home instead of hurt it. Something is going to happen here. We don't know what. Something almost definitely bad. Do you want to aid us here with these people coming to do what they're going to do?
Whether or not I help you, there is a reckoning that will find me soon enough. I know that I exist on borrowed time. My short-sightedness has had far-reaching impacts that my selfishness prevented me from seeing. So whatever I can do with the time that I do have, I will try. I am responsible for the people at this outpost, but I also wish to help. In whatever way I can.
If we succeed and we all, destroy the Tomb Takers and Essek helps us and the world is saved, maybe we can take Essek with us and use that spell that you used on Veth, and then we can change Essek into something else so that the assassins can't find him and he'll live safely wherever he goes.
That won't really help with the inside.
You see him kind of smile, and since you've been here, Essex still, while challenged to hold eye contact with most of you, cannot make eye contact with Caleb. But as Caleb says that, the head sinks a bit, with a nod. I appreciate the insinuation. Anyway. What can I do to help? Who else knows this? What?
You know this. Some members within the Cobalt Soul, but not enough.
We originally came here in the company of, well, oh boy.
Oh, has Dagon arrived?
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Hey, you should tell your guards, if he hasn't already arrived, if a man comes in on wheels, don't kill him.
Very well. At that point, you start hearing some loud whistles outside. And all of a sudden, you hear some other shouts.
Ow! Hey, we just killed a guy on wheels!
As it kind of leans forward, and the door opens on its own, and he kind of rushes out. Oh no. And you see him glide out into the open space.
We're going right after him.
Hey, Woods.
Are you going to... Bo!
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly finish my hot
You
cocoa.
hope it's Dagon. Let's
We haven't
go.
gotten our hot cocoa
I
yet.
don't know
okay, good.
yet. I don't know.
You all dart out, and in the middle of the street, you can see there's a number of guards that have their weapons up, and there off to the side, you see Dagon there, cloak up, an Aurora Watch soldier in his lap with his arm around the back of the shoulder, and he's just holding up this letter and saying, "I told you I was sent here by a friend."
Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. He's with us. Sorry. Sorry, communication.
Essek puts his hands up well and says, let the man go. It's all right. One of the other soldiers goes, a lot of strange figures coming in today. And Dagon lets go of the guard and kind of like gives him a shove off to the side. He stumbles a bit and rights himself and goes, all right. Y'all need to tighten up the outsides here, because it wasn't hard for me to get in here. It's not going to be hard for others. And you see some of the other, or watch, get a little like frustrated at the connotation.
Essek,
Not wrong.
I don't expect this
listen,
to happen, but if a Yeti named Gastov shows up, also let him through. Just throwing that out there, too.
4 or 5 of the guards turn their heads at once, and Essie goes, be mindful of the Yetis as well, but
Any Yeti's probably okay. Okay.
do not listen. Dagon goes, well, I came here to deliver a letter, but it seems you beat me here.
Things got difficult.
Nasty.
Glad to see you alive.
Fair enough, you as well,
Yeah.
well. I take it you're the individual, Dagon under Thorn. We've only been through here a few times, but I don't think we have met. And some of the soldiers kind of look around and Essie goes, well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Mutual friends makes us friends for now.
Dagon, because you were behind us, did you manage to keep an eye on, I don't know, the 5 members of the party that was in hot pursuit?
I went on the path you told me.
Yeah, no, that's true. You
Bit of a snowstorm, man, to keep my nose to the grindstone to get out here in time. So no, sorry.
Essek, as a bit of warning, the northwestern corner of Aor, this group that we've told you is on their way, they're meaning to exploit a hidden entrance into the city, northwestern corner. We don't know where it is, but if you have a scouting party or a perimeter guard that might stock up or see about that area, it could be of benefit.
I'll task a crew to go ahead and look for it. I do not recall, at least within my knowledge, of such a place, but I'm certain there are many hidden entrances to the ruins all over that place. I'll do my best.
We should have a week by our estimates, but we've been wrong before.
They are very creative.
And do you have detailed maps that we could take a look at about, once you get down into Aor, where the ruins...
Down there.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know what's down there.
No, there's quite a bit down there. I've only been in myself a bit, but we can go over that. I take it this individual is indeed a friend, or at least under your employ.
Yes.
Oh,
Very much
Dagon?
so.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
And you are
Complicated,
to be
yes.
staying how long? And Dagon goes,
Oh, shit.
well, I was just here to relay a message. I can head back.
You know who we're expecting, so if you want to stay and help with that, we would be...
You know, Essek,
Yeah, if you're paying enough.
he's
I
a
mean,
fantastic hand. He is, however, quite expensive, but I assure you, for the dynasty, it would be an investment well spent.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at those.
Come on.
Basement.
19.
Yeah.
Total of 19, or you're rolling
Total of 19, yeah.
Total 19? Essek kind of scratches his chin and looks over to one of the more well-armored individuals. Speak with this individual, Mr. Underthorn, and test his skills a bit. See if perhaps there is use for another mercenary on the payroll. I take it you are not affiliated with any specific political interests? And it kind of gives a really tight, intense look onto Dagon, and Dagon goes, look, friend, I'll roll wherever they pay me. Awesome. He goes,
He's the best.
very well. Kind of, you see, watch the other kind of more, you can already tell this is kind of one of the local captains or somebody of some authority here that ends up taking Dagon off, and they begin discussing as it turns back to you, the rest of you. So, yes, there is a matter of looking into these ruins. You say you have some time before these individuals come and chase you down.
Hopefully. I think they're probably going to go to another ruin first.
We can share what we know. Your brain will be of extreme use in this situation.
Extreme.
Very well.
Can we
Tell
get
you
back?
all about- You go ahead, Beauregard.
Just wanted to get out of the thoroughfare, get back into a quiet spot.
Indeed, follow me.
Thank you.
You all head back into his chambers. The door closes.
Caleb,
Yes?
I'll also say there's. Oh,
Caleb, you should get naked.
What?
To do for.
You should show him.
Oh.
You're talking about
we know about your diary, by the way.
His dick.
Do we know that you?
You all?
This is a very small room.
We've all seen it.
It's above average.
What are we talking about?
I'm losing track.
What are we talking about?
It's entirely well.
Let's reset.
This is important.
Let's reset.
Bo can show hers too.
Let's return to
Some notes.
the purple one.
Reset.
Okay.
So, this individual goes by the name of Lucian. We traveled with him in the past. He was a different person at that time. Hard to explain.
It's almost like the beacons, right?
Oh, yes. One soul can jump from one body to another.
Yeah.
There's always been a striking resemblance, but something bastardized about it. Doesn't feel as charming or as warm or as welcoming.
This individual, there are so many things to talk about. One, he makes all things magical wilt like a flower in flame. You need to be very careful. You need to stay spaced out when you are dealing with he and his cohorts if you run into them. Do not clump up.
He can see through illusions. He can
See
see
just
the distance.
about anything.
He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep.
You drained the life force out of me.
He says he dreams while he's awake.
He blinded many of us.
So,
Yeah.
we've been... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we relay all the effects.
Right.
Damage, etc.
He's getting noticeably more and more anxious with each progressive element you stack onto the description of this dangerous entity.
Telepathically
people in
communicated.
Giving a description.
And this individual...
He had like a John Deere hat. And, Redford pickup.
All right,
Sorry,
Kentucky.
go on.
And
Yeah.
and this Lucian is just a pawn in releasing this Aorin Somnovum.
He calls himself the Nonagon.
Connected to the Somnovum somehow.
Yeah.
Empowered by them. And also granted powers by the knowledge of them that manifest in eyes tattooed across his body that have...
And you feel confident that this is not beyond you. Or us.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's beyond us.
That's
yeah.
why we're here. We need your
I had
help.
no idea.
Unless...
I do not know if I could offer enough help
so
that you
strong.
need.
So
Strongest.
powerful.
No, to be clear, you are as fucked as we are. Let's be clear. Numbers help. Preparation helps. Distance helps.
And the element of... we're on defense now, right? If we get into Aor...
Yes.
possibly even find their secret entrance.
Correct.
We could set up some sort of perimeter or defensive.
Do you know where they're going within
Here.
these ruins?
I'm assuming they're going to where... What was it called? The city area?
Oh, well, that area is gone.
Yeah, but
Where
generally...
would have been the Cognosa ward?
Yeah.
They needed 2 lodestones, 2 of which we've recovered from previous archaeological sites. We got rid of 1, so they're going to receive a second now from another. On a map, I could show you. They took ours.
They took a lot of our stuff. They stole our bags.
We're assuming they need at least the 2, possibly a third, located here or more to summon this living city.
You had
Well, threshold crests are... There is a ritualistic binding of such objects to a location. They are rare, and they are generally relics from long ago. Those that exist still have largely been broken and separated across Exandria, but to have ones that were originally within Aor were meant to translocate the city throughout Exandria.
Oh boy.
But they must be bound to something to bring it through. It is not used to open a portal or a doorway of some kind.
You're saying there's a physical structure or look.
Meaning if they are going to use these to bring this city back, they have to bring these stones to this city first.
Okay.
And that means if they are trying to bring these stones to the city, they're looking for something within these ruins that'll bring them to it. It could be where this other district is no longer, or it could be something else in the ruins that is just a powerful means of traversing to the astral plane, like you say. If we do not have this information, we're shooting in the dark.
Do you have anyone on your side that has done extensive explorations of the ruins?
Extensive means but a portion. I'm telling you, there are miles and miles and miles of ruins below us, and only but a small percentage has been even remotely charted.
I got what you said the first time. I just want to make sure Veth has it. You're saying that it sounds as if they are trying to take themselves to the city rather than bringing the city here.
Correct. They want to carry a couple of these stones.
To take the stones to it, to then use the stones to bring it back. If that is their ultimate purpose, the stones cannot open a doorway. They can just anchor something and pull it through. Such cities as like Singorn in Taldore use this to traverse the plains. In a similar way, this would have to take the stones to the city to bring it back.
And you don't know.
How the fuck do you get to the astral sea?
Well, we've
done it.
On purpose?
Kind
got
yeah,
sent?
we've
No, we
sent
walked
things
through
there
a
on
mouth
purpose.
and got there.
Yeah, accidentally.
We
Not on purpose.
we banished a creature to the astral sea.
But Lucian's
Randomly.
I have the ability to shift to another plane.
And I'm certain there are a number of locations within these ruins that at least at one point did the same purpose. It's just finding one or numerous of these specific locations within the ruins that are still capable of doing this.
Which means we can either dig around here till we find one, or you can bring us to a random location in a very random place.
well,
That seems very bad.
I feel like we need more information, or we need more help. More knowledgeable individuals.
Who would know something about it?
You know who would know something about
I cannot go back to the
What? Who?
dynasty,
What
and
were you
I respectfully, for the time being, can say that there are... I am worried that my influence is limited.
Sure.
You're getting boxed out by the Bright Queen?
Well, there are rumors within the dynasty that someone has been working with the Empire from within, and tensions are high between the houses. And to be honest, my involvement with all of you and some previous studies and connections has me on the list of possible inquiries. And of all those on that list, the only one I know to truly be the one they're seeking for is myself, so...
Well, if we do this right, you might get in better standing.
Could be a hero.
That's a little consolation, I'm sorry. You
No.
have a shit situation.
I put myself here. There is no one to blame but myself. But I appreciate that.
What were you going to say?
Good.
Oh, I was going to say we could ask Vess, but she's got taken.
Yes, but there might be someone else on the
Taldori Council.
Empire side that we're not thinking of, or I don't think Vess confided in anyone, but
Where did we put Halas's body? Is he also in the bag of holding?
No.
Halas is in the folding halls.
Yeah.
In
Correct.
the prison.
I accidentally forgot that part, and we briefly roleplayed incinerating the body, but going back into actual lore elements, the body was left in the halls.
We dumped him in the
dumped
prison there,
Yeah.
Yes.
And we left him there, right?
but like
where Not died
We have the
briefly.
we have the
That's
Cobalt
where it
Soul. We have Allura.
if
we have,
if these Luxon beacons are somehow related to the city to the Sum Novum, then it stands to reason that the folks in the Empire who have done the most study of the Luxon beacons might know something about this place and where to find them here. I'm talking about like
Trent.
Yeah.
You want us to go to the worst people?
No, I want us to go to the people who know him closest.
Yep.
Eudwulf and Astrid.
There is a very visceral reaction when you mention Trent in Essex's face. Kind of a...
We know.
Yeah, he's the worst, isn't he?
I mean, unless you... Are you friends with him or something?
What are your dealings with him?
We have had dealings, yes.
Like back channels?
Trent.
Back channels?
It was Trent!
I mean, I figured it out, but for Ford's benefit, can you just explain your relationship to Trent?
Briefly, Ludinus was my main contact in the delivery of the beacon and the sharing of information. But at times in which Ludinus was not available, Trent was sent as his envoy. And if you think I'm not worth trusting, do not trust
Yeah, we know.
any one of the assembly, but definitely not Igathon.
Oh yeah, we're with you on that one.
Ludinus is still alive, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trent is still alive.
Yeah.
Isn't anyone not alive?
I mean...
Oh, should I have not told him?
No, we need to. That's important.
I think it's
information.
okay because Ludinus and Vess hated each
What's
other.
happened to Vesterogna?
Vesterogna was killed by Lucian by himself, with
Sort of on
barely
our watch.
lifting a finger.
While we slept.
Yeah.
It happened
he
real
snuck
fast.
into her room while we were...
Happened bacon.
See him getting real nervous now. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, shit's bad.
so
We had her body until
So,
we stole it.
We're here now, so you can't get out of this. They're coming for you
I
now.
apologize
We're like-
for
we're like 6
my
shots of
nerves.
tequila in,
So,
said one.
is that cocoa done?
Feels like a long time for the
Could I
cocoa.
please? Do you have any cocoa?
Do I? God, it's been a
You
while.
want some whiskey in that cocoa?
Certainly.
Okay.
Actually,
I
has the
take
cocoa
out.
been delivered yet?
You can go and check outside.
I'll go find. Oh, yeah.
Somebody's knocking on the silent
Right,
door.
and we'll say for the sake of that point, someone's like, cocoa? Thanks.
Been out here for 20 minutes.
And Jason goes, so, So you were traveling with a member of the assembly who was then killed in your presence, whose body you lost, who was last known to be in your proximity,
For a while.
and you've then come to me.
We're aware.
But we left a real good note that said she was...
He starts looking around the room real nervously, like glancing out. You see him like put his hand across the way, his eyes flash for a second. He's just glancing around the
So-
Do
chamber.
you see any little orbs? Because Lucian spies on us a lot.
I've done that already. We're okay. We've been doing it since
She was
the
part of the
He
cult.
just chugs the whiskey chocolate.
She was also part of the Nonagon cult.
and she
She
is
was-
with
she was super
Lucian
bad.
now.
I mean, Essek, you
Covered in
already
that mark.
said that you are nervous that threads are going to lead back to you. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Oh.
Essek, do you have any knowledge with the beacons? Is there any way to pull a soul out of the body that's been sent into it?
In what way?
You know how the beacon keeps the souls, and then when the people are born, it gets sent into someone else, right?
Yes.
Is there a way to pull that soul back out?
I mean, only through such magic is very powerful resurrection types. Far from my understanding. Why?
Well, Lucian said that he became the Nonagon. He read a book, and it opened up this pathway in his mind, and the Nonagon overtook him, right? He was killed and born again as our friend Molly, who was with us for a while. Molly died, and then Lucian's fellow tomb takers found him and brought him back to life. I know it's very complicated. But they brought the soul back into the body. If we can get it back out, then he'll lose his power. Then they'll have to find someone else to be the Nonagon. I don't know.
So you're asking if it's possible to pull the soul out of Lucian?
Yes.
Not in the way that I know, beyond the old-fashioned way.
Or
The new fact?
pulling the soul out of just the form if it's still somewhere dormant inside of Lucian. Not him, but someone else.
It's possible.
What if when we kill Lucian, we have to have a beacon right by it so his soul gets sucked into the beacon and then he'll be trapped in there?
Well, the beacon only pulls souls that have been consecrated.
Oh.
We don't know.
Could have been.
He could have been. We don't know.
I wonder. We've
It's been
been
around a long time.
talking a long time about these, all of these people in the city, these voices, millions of voices, and
Yeah.
and as we traverse these ruins, we have also seen many people frozen in some sort of stasis, almost like Vess in my little ball of ember. And there are many similarities between the architecture and structures that we have seen and the geometric, the mathematical qualities of your artifacts. I wonder if these beacons are some sort of device that either saved the people of Aor in that terrible moment, and they are now living in consecuted people today? Or these millions of voices crying out in the astral sea?
Have homes that they're coming to. They're going to bring the city back alive and mad.
If these beacons are of an earlier time, and they are very advanced, obviously far more advanced than we are from all that time ago, maybe there was some sort of fail-safe for their people. And then they were dug up, and the dynasty rose.
It is an interesting idea, though I would caution to keep it close to the chest. Such conversations might be considered sacrilege in some circles of the dynasty. So just...
What do you think?
I think there are a great many mysteries still with these beacons in their beginning. There is too much showing the Luxon's presence for me to deny any sort of connotation or connection, though I do not necessarily buy into the ideas of its divinity, or at least the religious constructs around it. I would... What I do know is that there are many powerful sites within these ruins. And I'd be curious to see what a beacon could accomplish in these spaces. And he, for the first time, really was making eye contact with you and says, if such an object were to be found and channeled and unlocked in ways that we have not even possibly considered, think of the possibilities of how we could manipulate the fabric of time. Not just forwards.
What was that last bit?
Not just forwards. The ability to perhaps undo mistakes. But regardless, you likely have the eyes of the Assembly upon you, and whether or not you meant to, have brought them uncomfortably close to myself. Is it possible to put some distance between us for just a time?
How much time?
As much time as you need to prepare for whatever it is you're doing, and for myself to prepare for what I could possibly help with.
You want us to go somewhere, or?
Or I could leave.
Are you talking about this outpost or just a different section of it?
I don't know.
You can have your space if that's what you need.
I understand.
We're
going to have to make some very uncomfortable.
Leave.
If we are going to go into these ruins, I feel like we should not be close together until we're ready to delve. Because any time we spend between, in proximity, means that either one of us is drawing danger to the other.
How dangerous would it be to make our home out here?
Well, I can't make that home
Okay.
today. But maybe we
Sleep rough for a while.
access some provisions, restock our supplies, and
We at least sleep
depart
for the
our
night.
ways. Is that what you would prefer?
I should not leave this outpost. I have responsibilities here and people that rely on me.
Can we stay for the night?
Yes, of course you can stay for the night. I apologize. I'm just... And he looks genuinely mournful. He's like, I apologize. I am genuinely happy to see you.
I wouldn't be. Woof.
I worry we bring a lot of danger upon each other. So I have no reservations with helping you. And I'm happy to go into these ruins at your side. But until we cross that threshold, we are both targets.
Well, it's fine. We've been living in a constant state of fear and death for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. Before you leave, though, on your side in the dynasty, if it's not the Bright Queen, I would ask one or two contacts that perhaps you do trust or do have some credit with. It would be nice to be able to answer some of these questions. I think we'll be making a list of people that we'll be checking in with before we delve, as you say.
I fear my brother is stationed in Bazuzan. It's too far from Rosona.
Brother? Did we know you had a brother?
Yes.
We did?
So?
We do know.
But I don't know of much help he would be in. He's too far from such places.
And if they're not immediately available, at least as someone that we can use as a resource for.
Star Guide Uriah Hythinos, perhaps. A goblin friend of mine, I believe they spoke to you when I was unable to reach out that day.
Oh, yes.
They have returned to Rosona to deliver reports. Asking around, they would be somebody I trust, one of the few.
Okay.
This is good. Coco, thank you.
It's poisoned.
I sprinkled the dust of deliciousness into that.
And I put sovereign glue in it.
And absinthe. And yogurt.
It's a lot, I know, especially all in one sitting. But look at it this way. It'll take your mind off things for a bit. One terrible danger totally replaced by another eminent one.
You certainly carve a unique destiny, don't you? I apologize. My mind is a complicated swim these days. I'm sorry for a lot. A lot. I mean, do as you will. I cannot tell you what to do. But
We'll give some distance.
But when you're ready, come find me. I'll be here. Maybe gather what resources you can. Other friends, perhaps. If we're going to trek into the heart of these ruins in hopes of waylaying or stopping this Nonagon from bringing this nightmare over, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you.
Shall we?
Let's head out and figure our next move.
Okay.
Well, that has been a pleasurable experience. Thank you so much for coming by. The door opens up and the guard on the other side kind of turns. But yes, please take of our provisions, rest for the night, and continue your journey as necessary.
Oh, okay.
Should you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The door closes behind you.
No, I catch him by the forearm, last one out, and say, just breathe. Just breathe that fresh air, mindful of the people about. Time. Time. Not weeks, not years. It takes time.
Indeed. You all are escorted and given a space that is comfortable. It looks like since you've arrived, there's been expectation of you staying for a bit, and they've cleared out what may have been just a general storage chamber or a simple barracks. But it is outfitted as comfortably as such a place could be. There are some heavier furs, blankets, some pillows that have been thrown together. It's not...
That's not bad.
Yeah, it is by no means terrible. It's no tower. It's no tower, but it is certainly better than the middle of the snow and under a rocky overhang. So,
For GI, that's not bad.
but you guys are left to your devices within the chamber.
Are we more or less alone?
More or less.
People?
I think my vision has dropped. Yes.
At this point, I'd say yeah.
How big a room were we given?
I'd say it's about 15 by 20 feet.
15 by 20, okay.
Not terribly large.
Well, that was fun. It was like validation, seeing someone's expression relay the horribleness of the past few days for us.
Yeah, you're not wrong
Feel
there.
seen. Yeah.
I feel safe.
We have
Been a week or two.
we have some assets now. We have Essek, we have Dagon, we have Essek's people, if we want to call on them.
I don't know about that.
Who else do we
Cobalt
know
Soul.
that can help?
I was making a list. Trent,
Yusa?
that's not no, but
Yusa?
Yusa, maybe.
yeah.
I mean,
Yusa.
if we appeal to Yusa in a way that says, like he can find some really wonderful old relics, I mean, that's what he's obsessed with, right?
Sure, but is
I bet he would know some shit about this.
I mean, what about the blonde Allura? I mean, she was there. She's clever.
And would care. I feel like Yusa, while very knowledgeable and certainly worth talking to, is maybe in more of a Netflix and chill mode in Nicodranus, He seems content to just study and stay safe. Allura, on the other hand, strikes me as...
she's got her own responsibilities on the Taldora Council with 6, 7, 8 other members of the council. I'm not quite sure the numbers.
Yeah, but her
Do we
intentions
still
are
have
in the
the
right
mirror?
place.
Oh,
The mirror that we used to talk to her.
Oh my gosh, I haven't thought of that in ages.
probably in the bag.
Probably
bag.
in the bag, yeah.
Well, I have my own. I've got my haversack, so if it was something on my person, then it would not be in the bag.
Well, is it written down in your collection of items?
She doesn't write anything down.
Oh, yeah, you're
She
fine.
draws a bunch of dick pictures all over.
Wow, those are some empty pockets.
I don't know. Let me look.
It's just the bag of fucks.
If it's not written down in your items or equipment, then it either was in the bag of holding or it was returned to Allura when you guys had
It was returned to
I'm pretty
Allura.
sure it was returned because it was a borrowed item.
Fell out
Okay,
and rumbled.
okay,
wasn't a
okay,
gift.
okay.
I have some weird ass stuff.
I got a
still.
fuck ton of chuckle dust and oops stones, though.
Hell yeah.
I got my
Look out, Lucian.
bunch of diamonds. some.
I'm keen on reaching out to Eadwulf and Astrid.
This is very complicated.
Yeah.
They were looking for a reason. Well, Astrid was looking for a reason to jump ship, looking for a way to help. This is the way she can help. She must have knowledge being close to him.
Well, it is worth.
She almost left with you that night.
She just feels kind of below the pay grade that I'm interested in personally.
She has access to stuff, maps, research, books.
Yeah, so do I.
But not now. You're not near a library. She's in the belly of the beast. She can walk up to the office and grab anything we need her to.
And the
do what
assembly,
with it?
the assembly has
Exactly.
has their own studies and information that are not privy to the Cobalt. So
Yeah, but it doesn't mean there are allies and that she's
No.
just gonna walk in and check out the most rare artifact that known to the Empire.
where are our other super trustworthy allies?
We don't have any.
No, we don't have
Other
great
people in
options.
trouble are thinking about us and going, well, we can't trust them to handle this. I mean, we're definitely in that position.
They are right.
And they're right.
The gentleman can tell us about Kree, but we already asked him about Kree, and he didn't give us much, right?
I didn't.
It's above his pay grade.
Yusa is super knowledgeable, but doesn't seem to want to do anything. Alora's got her own responsibilities. We have no idea if she'll want to get involved.
I think we should
Astrid
talk to Yusa.
wants to help you. We were at that
Yusa's-
dinner.
This is good.
We should really try Yusa.
I do like the idea.
There's no reason why
speaking
we-
with Astrid and not the other one.
There's no reason why we can't explore a lot of options. We're just going to sit here and have a day to relax. We might as well call everybody we can.
Agreed.
Well, before we even choose who we're going to talk to, how are we going to talk to them?
I think we have to leave and come back.
Because we can leave and then we can dance around any place we'd like. Coming back is the difficulty. Not impossible, but I don't know. Essex says that
He's done it.
he's done it, so you might go a little off course.
It's not so
I
bad.
just don't want to steer us straight inside of a mountain's side.
With your magic, we'll be fine.
You're so powerful, Caleb.
You're so powerful.
Just give, get something from here, so we have something from here.
Yep.
I'll guide you. He'll bless you. We'll be set.
Maybe some of us should stay while the others go.
Shut your fucking mouth. That's stupid.
How does that help any?
We're a team.
Yes, but all of the pieces on the chessboard are very dangerous. I don't like the idea of us splitting up that.
No.
No. We're the mighty 9. There's 9 of us, you know?
There's well,
Well, why don't we start in Nicodranus, because that is a very low stress first meeting. Going to Trent, or to Astrid, or Eadwulf. And Astrid and Eadwulf most likely lead to Trent anyway, or might. That's harder. But little tea and yogurt with Yusa, and maybe we find out a little useful information.
God, we need to. How soon do we need to be back here? Like, we really need to pay attention to it because.
We're guessing a week, but it's a guess.
And you're guessing that, when we try to come back, it doesn't put us 3 days away.
Oh, shit. If we're going to Nicodranus, I have to bring a present for my kid. Is there anything around here? Or, did we get anything? Is there anything I can steal around here?
I had
What
the
about
little...
one of those little Intuit?
Intuit charges.
Yeah.
well, that was-
Well, Mom, thank you. Smash cut to outside street. And everyone just drops dead. And
cut to this cover of Akira.
I have a small clay doggy from Thadine's. So you could just.
Who's Nadine?
Thadine?
Who's Thadine?
Thadine is where we got all the amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the Oopstone place?
Yeah.
The Emporium?
So
Oh,
you're just this little clay doggy.
it's just a clay doggy?
Yeah, I
Does
bought
it do anything?
I bought 2 of them. I mean,
Great.
no, it could do something. I don't know.
Give me one.
Just one.
yeah.
Just take a book.
Okay.
I don't need.
So bring him some snowballs.
Yeah.
They might melt.
They
Yeah,
will
but
melt.
not instantly.
Ford, could you make a snowball last a little bit longer?
I don't think so, unfortunately.
You melted 30 feet of snow. You can't make a snowball fucking last an hour? Jesus.
What use are you?
I'm not sure. I could add some snow to it. It wouldn't last longer.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do it. With my cantrip shape water. It's the easiest fucking spell I know. I can make a snowball and make it last an hour. Fuck you.
Thought we were really
the most passive-aggressive
taking
snowball.
strides in our relationship.
Most one-sided argument.
Ford just questions himself for the next hour. Takes 1 point of psychic damage.
I've got some thoughts. We want to know where the entrance is, the second entrance, or do we want it closed? What would be better?
Oh. Are you going to ask your god?
We both have one shot today.
Oh, yeah.
We want to know where it is, or do we want to know that it's buried?
Yeah, hidden feels like even if they go looking for it, there's a chance they might not find it. So buried at least redirects them potentially closer to us.
I like it.
That's what I'm asking for.
Okay.
But
Want-
If it gets buried, but we still don't know where it is.
We may not, unless there's a rock slide that happens that alerts everybody to
What
where
if-
it is.
He's got an eye for that. Anti-rock slide.
But this is just closing off a.
Counter rock slide.
What if that entrance is the one that leads to the place that they have to take the crests? I mean,
They're going to be stuck there for a while getting through there, then making a ruckus.
Yeah.
What do you think? Know where it is or close it? I'm so out of my depth.
I think know where it is good.
I do too.
This is the Hail Mary, the oneer?
Yeah,
That's my
we'll
vote.
see if it works.
I'm worried it gets buried. They have all the time in the world to dig it out, and we still have no clue where it is.
If we know where it is, we can lay a trap.
This is why I surround myself with smart people.
Oh boy.
All right. I would love.
Gods above, please help us.
God's standing right next to me.
Can you show
Please
us,
help us.
Do you want to go first or should I?
Sure. Hey, Archie,
Do that.
are you here?
Art?
All right, I got a question for you. 98. I think that is above my level. Just a little bit.
You hear a voice go, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. How's your day going?
Splendid, actually. Been spending a bit of it quite out on the south side of Port de Marly. Having a Mai Tai. It's delightful.
Oh, fuck you.
Man.
That sounds so good.
Teleport in here real super easy?
You kind of don't hear anything, and you glance to your left, and you see Artagan sitting there, right next to you, holding this like awesome glass kind of tropical drink.
So jealous.
Give me a sip. No, just kidding. I don't care about that.
Yeah, you do.
How did you get here super easy?
Because I can.
No, but if you can teleport in, it's like super hard to do here.
Is it?
Can you teleport all of us in later if we teleport out?
Can you? He's still holding it out. He's like, I thought you wanted to sip. Here.
I don't even like alcohol.
Then don't drink it. He takes it back before you get a sip out.
I'm just saying, if you can teleport in, then why can't you just teleport us all in later?
It's not that I'm teleporting. I'm just here.
Well, I don't understand.
Well, that's all right.
I
It's
get it.
it's a little intense to really grasp the concept of such fey powers. I don't use magic to transport.
You don't?
No, I'm just here now.
It's just fabulous.
You're the magic ones, silly mortals.
Your hair looks good given the humidity.
No, thank you. Oh, the moisture does nothing to me. Spend enough of your life around odd swimming waterfalls, it just keeps it coiffed regardless.
Have you ever straightened it out? How long is it?
I don't know.
Ooh, you should do it. Try it right now.
Oh, but I like the volume.
Go right back, can't it?
I'm
This is
curious.
the best Phil divine intervention ever.
Yep.
You're just hanging around, you're like, whoa!
He snaps his fingers and the hair just goes woof, and falls into this long, straight street that goes down to his ankles. He goes, whoa.
All right, Axel Rose.
That is impressive.
It looks terrible.
Yeah.
He snaps it again. It floats back up and goes, ah, well, it's worth a shot. Now we know, don't we? Anyway, sorry, I was in mid-conversation with someone. Do let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
It's chilly around here. Stay warm, friends. And he's gone.
I like him.
Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games.
I will give a quick prayer to the Wild Mother to
Let's go, Wild Mother!
reveal the location of the hidden fortress.
Everybody take a knee.
Intervene.
Gather around.
Did you succeed? Did you succeed?
So, just double checking. I need a 0-0 or a 0-1. And then I need like if there's a 0-1, I then need a 3 or lower. Or if there's 2 zeros, I just need anything else, right?
Fuck
Binary?
did you just say?
None of that.
So
You need to roll either. Okay, so you have the 0-0.
Yes,
You get that.
I did.
And then what's the other number?
3.
That's a 3. That's a success.
I was trying not to get my own hopes up.
Fair enough. That's a success.
In case it was 103.
I was just staring. Going,
Yeah.
my eyes are starting to fail me because I'm getting old and I don't remember how math works.
The hell you say?
So you all watch Caduceus sits there and you go, well, Caduceus, yeah, go Wild Mother. And he kind of goes, okay.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, his hair blows back. His eyes just go bright white, and like starts lifting up like Highlander for a second. Just, shh. You swear you can hear voices go. As he begins to just glide, the wind in the room begins to pick up.
I reach over to try and grab his ankle, lightning hits.
Yes, Caduceus, there is a Santa Claus.
My hair is terrible.
Twice in 2 minutes, 2 people. So in that moment, all of a sudden, you feel like your consciousness is plucked from your mind for a moment and stretched, almost like someone just streaked paint across a wall, but it's your mind. And as it does, you all of a sudden can see the entire size of this valley, the somewhat oval, oblong shape of this odd, discolored ice sheet that fills the entirety of this valley. You feel yourself punched downward towards the northwestern edge of it, and there you can see a very, very clear image of this kind of ice shelf that begins to push out, almost like 2 different glaciers have been pressed against each other and one's pushed the other up at this odd cliff. And along the cliff you can see broken ruins, sets of stairs that have pushed through the ice. You can see fallen columns, and you can see just masses amounts of broken stone and ice and hoarfrost, and it is a scattering bit, and you can see behind one of these rock shelves there is what looks to be a carved tunnel where some of the snow and the rock has collapsed inward, a small like sinkhole that has opened a pathway that is not visible from the outside, but from behind and within it seems to descend inward. And you pull back into yourself right as your feet touch the ground. The wind stops, the strange divine channeling that you've never quite seen as intensely as that from Caduceus leaves him there, somewhat breathless, and you have burned, seared into your mind exactly where that entrance is.
Amazing.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Okay, so I now know where that is. Can I get a piece of paper or something?
Recite everything. Write it down.
I'm just going to write and talk, right?
Yeah.
The thing with the oval and the columns and the
I'm
shelf.
gonna be just
hidden
trying to
underneath
draw it as you're saying it.
Amazing.
There you go.
Just
Caduceus, you have an eye that's appeared on your cheek.
Yeah.
really.
No.
That's the letter I.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That was some ink. I got excited.
Perfect, that.
I'm going to remember you said that. It's going to come back to haunt you one day. You will not expect it. I have siblings. I know how to get my revenge when I need to.
A threat from dude.
Oh, yeah.
He said shit earlier.
Whoa.
It's taking a toll.
I know. He's been with us for too long.
You gave me this brooch.
did.
You would never damage this brooch.
No, the brooch will be fine. I love you like family.
Oh, that's
You're in such
that's
trouble.
not comforting.
That was incredible.
I've never. That was
That was very cool.
that was a lot.
That was awesome.
Do you feel more spiritually connected and centered?
I mean, I feel a little better in that direction. I have this. It's been rough out here. I'm not going to pretend it hasn't. Yeah, my.
She knew you were in need.
Oh, this is terrible.
You need to cut that track.
I'll need to fix this, but
Oh,
just.
it looks great.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
pull out
actually
my
have it.
brush from my haversack and
Thank
start, fixing Caduceus.
Oh, that feels really good.
Yeah.
So, now that we know that, well,
Oh no! Wake up! Wake up! Keep talking.
Is that information that we want to act on now, or we should leave, go get allies, and come back and set up camp there and wait for them to arrive? And
we could let them know where it is, and then they can start patrolling. We could go set up a line, so we'll know when they enter.
Does it
I
stay
don't think it lasts that
over
long.
many days?
What are we talking about?
Your silver thread.
The alarm, I think
It's a
it's
ward.
We
ongoing.
could set a ward.
or
I've never made a ward before.
or our bombs. We have a bunch of bombs.
A ward and a bomb.
Yep.
Bomb ward.
The Koreaners just like patrolling.
Oh,
We found it, sir. Oh!
Perhaps maybe
Should have
not
picked one. Oh no.
Little snow bunnies out there.
Just psychic damage.
Massive detonation.
What
One
did
dead
it
bunny.
see before it died? What did the bunny see? What was so terrible to it that it couldn't live? Sorry.
Did we just
a rabbit version of Watchmen.
No, we still have to go to the Empire. We still need allies. What are we gonna do? Just sit there for 2 weeks waiting for them? We need more information.
Well,
Your mustache.
Just don't
love
look.
it.
That's what the rest
I
of
love it when a woman I respect laughs at me for no reason at all.
oh shit!
To be fair, it's something about the mustache and just your smile combination that's very like I don't know, Pringles guy or Monopoly dude. It just has a very cartoony shape.
1930s cartoon.
Yeah,
Planters peanut. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know who of these sources, Trent, Ludinus, Bright Queen, Usa, Astrid, who might actually trigger on any of these things. So we should try to have as many convos as we can.
I don't hate the idea of starting with Yusa, because Yusa has contacts with Allura, and Yusa also has the Happy Fun Ball, which has Halas still in it. So we can kind of kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah.
Trying to get to Halas is a very unpredictable
Yeah,
gambit,
that would
though.
be a thing.
But he is also technically the only living person that we know living from that time.
Yeah, but the time is so different in the ball, remember? How much time
Yeah, that's the thing.
we could go in the ball and come out and Lucian
over.
will have already brought the
Did you-
city back.
What's over?
No, it could be over if we go into the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Time passes too quick. It's over.
Yeah.
Just Planet of the Apes at that point.
But at this point, it's been so long, maybe Yusa has some knowledge about the ball. You know, it had that ability to change the passage of time within it, so maybe he knows how to fix it.
We would be asking him questions anyway, so we could ask about that.
Yeah.
Yusa wasn't interested in getting involved in any type of politics or the war.
This isn't about
but
politics.
this is different.
This
Yeah.
is different, yes.
This
Plus,
is about ancient magic.
There's lots of shit for him to find. I think he might like it.
I think so too.
It's the best feeling I have.
And then we threaten.
I like it.
Should
They
we?
scry on Lucian or one of them.
I would
Before we leave.
like it.
I got a better
If you're not,
Well, I mean, what do you want to know?
I just want to look at Zoran or see if we're able to watch someone else besides Lucian
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
good at shooting the eye out of this guy.
What do you want to know if they're doing, though?
Where they're going, what direction they're heading, are they all together? That sort of stuff.
You can ask the Wild Mother again? Oh, right.
I mean, we got some yes or no questions.
That's true, that's true. Oh, yeah,
We're
I
on
could
the
do that
VIP
too.
list today.
Could bring him back. But I kind of want to scry before I do that.
My worry about scrying is if we get that close, they can look back and know where we are.
Well, I'm wearing this wonderful pendant that keeps them from scrying on me. So if I get far enough away from all of you, then they won't be able to see anything but snow.
Yeah, and frankly,
anything.
we're the most protected we've been in a while here in this place, and I don't even think they're coming here. They're going to the other
Yeah, there's at
spot
least
you found.
there's at least 100 highly trained people surrounding us right now.
Yeah.
I am for it.
Okay, I'm going to go outside away from everyone. And get down and scry.
Okay.
Well, not away from everyone. The last time that happened, Vesterogna was assassinated. Can I come with you?
No, because they'll see you for it.
That's okay.
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 So you set up your scry ritual, finalize your glyphs. And
Lots
who's your
of
target?
Runes, so many runes, so many. Oh gosh, this is magic. This might be hard to do. We'll find out.
Who's your target?
Zoran.
Zoran. Sorry, give me just a second to look up.
We're sorry, your scry cannot be completed as style.
Possibly.
Please check your runes and try.
Of course, it's the last one I find. Okay. Definitely didn't make a save. So you close your eyes again. You hear a voice in your mind go, "Oh, right, no worries." And for a brief second, you hear a drink being set down. And then you feel yourself being lifted out of your physical self through the cold winds, eyes still closed, and a voice goes, "Hey, open them." You open your eyes, and there you are, peering over Zoran's shoulder. There's no snow, but you hear the sound, the crunch of footfalls on snow.
Damn it, I should have guided myself before we did this. Every time.
Make a perception check.
She talks to herself a lot when she does this.
Fuck.
Oh,
God! It was like, break it, go, boom. It went from 20 to 2.
Oh,
I know. 7 perception.
I mean, in the kind of blurred space around, you can see other figures walking around Zoran. You can't make
Sure.
out details, but you gather who they are. You see him walking in snow, and you see a dark shape to the right-hand side that is some sort of shift in topography, but that's all you can make out in the space.
I can't hear anybody talking. Why would they be talking?
There isn't a lot of conversation at the moment, just kind of trudging through the snow. Make a survival check based on the position of the light in the sky, because it is a clear sky today because of the roll that was made earlier. That does mean
I'd
there
be able
is...
to see a particular bag of holding on his hip or anything, right?
Not with that perception roll.
Fucking balls.
So with this one, though, 21. Oh, this is a survival check.
Correct.
21.
There you go. You gather they're traveling in a western to northwest direction based on the placement of the light and kind of surmising where you last saw them and that dark shape. That might be the mountain range that you guys were at. Which makes you think like they're traveling away from Eeyore.
Yeah, they're heading to a ruin. Who are you talking to,
Who you're asking?
RT? Who he's talking to on the Menagerie Coast?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is your scry. I left you there. I went back my conversation.
Okay.
I'm not here to hold your hand the entire time. I'm just going to show you the way.
Okay, that's all I'm getting. I rolled real shitty. I can't see anything. It's snowy.
Well, I'm sorry. I tried.
No, you helped a lot. You helped a lot.
Thank you.
Okay.
He pulls you back into yourself.
They're heading away from us, I think.
Which direction?
It felt like they were going, I don't know, like northwest based on where the sun was. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approximately.
Movie.
That's good.
That's back towards A2, though.
I don't know. It just felt like they weren't heading towards us. I don't know where the other ruins are.
Maybe they know ruins that we don't.
Maybe. They should have been heading south or southeast.
Well, here's a question. What do we want to ask?
Wasn't there like another ruin though that was on the like kind of northwest side?
That is A2.
A2. That is A2. Okay.
Could there have been more than one threshold crest there?
Potentially.
We went to. Did we go to the question mark one?
We did, and that's the far eastern
That's
mark.
far.
A4 is the closest that hasn't been visited as far as we know. We assume they had A5 and we got A2.
Yeah. Do keep in mind
to
too.
know that they're not coming here.
It's only been a handful of hours since you saw them.
Right.
Also, so
Yeah.
They might just be walking around
Coming down the mountain.
something. Yeah.
I'm going to take a minute to sit and ask a couple questions after that wonderful moment. I figure I'm just going to roll it. The Tomb Takers. Are they heading to find another threshold crest in a ruin?
the cold temperature shifts into a warm, if stale air, confirming, though still with the apprehension of the dangers that this direction eventually holds.
Would you be able to tell me if they had acquired one?
The temperature doesn't change. It remains warm, though still stale.
Are they headed towards a ruin that we do not know of?
The temperature lessens, not too cold, but just a standard room temperature, a non-committal unknown.
I'll check in every day, and I'll know when they found one.
That's handy.
That'll... every day. That at least I can offer. Oh, it's nice to be warm. Oh.
Should we leave tonight?
We could.
It has been a number of nights since we had like a super chill, stress-free rest.
That Mai Tai looks real good. I know a good place to get one in Nicodranus.
Time is definitely of the essence.
Time for a Mai Tai, though. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. The safe way to travel would be with a circle.
Correct, to Yusa's tower.
Okay. Are we going now?
Sure, we could sleep there tonight instead of in this frigid dump.
Should we tell Essek we're leaving? Tell him where the entrance is?
Do we have maybe not directly, is there someone we can leave word with?
I would
Tell him.
keep the circle close.
Should we pay up Dagon?
Oh, he's already been paid.
That tab's covered, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, did they pay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
we
can
paid it. We
Yeah, you
paid
left it
when we-
behind
Let's-
when you were...
that's actually a good idea. Let's let Dagon know what we're doing and where we're going so that if there are questions, we can answer them.
As for Essek, it seems like the faster we got out of Dodge, the
Better it is.
more comfortable he would feel.
Yeah, he
So-
was pretty on edge.
If anyone asks, we've left word, but we don't have to bother anybody with it.
You think anyone at this outpost has a map of the ruins before we bounce?
Could ask.
Give it to us without Essek turning it over.
He's already gone.
Yeah, you got the sense that the map to the ruins goes with Essek in the sense of they're not just going to give a copy of all their work to a central agent.
When we get
written down what
when
we
we get back, we can take it. Yeah.
I feel comfortable knowing what I know.
Okay. I think we just go.
Yeah.
I think we just go.
so that we make a good impression with Yusa, would you like to send word?
Yeah, definitely. I'll send a message to his assistant.
Whose name is?
He's a goblin.
Gentleman Goblin.
Gentleman goblin. Awesome pinstripe suit. His name is...
I'm looking.
Starts with a W.
Windsworth.
Close enough.
Werthers. Wellington.
Worthington.
Worthington.
No.
Whippersnapper, whippy.
Wimbledon.
Just a lot of
Wibble
dicks.
wobble.
There's just a lot of dicks.
Wilbur.
Equal note taker, just of a different kind.
Yeah.
Wensworth.
Windsworth.
Fourth.
When's forth?
Windsworth.
But yes, you can send a note to him.
I'm gonna send a message. When's... What did he say?
Forth.
Wensforth. Long time no talk. We're coming by. Things are pretty dire. We'll be there soon. Gotta talk to Yusa. It's important. See ya.
Oh, good to know.
Word.
I'll let the master know right away.
That's it.
Got to use the whole spell. Can't waste
No, you can't waste.
Every part of the buffalo.
every part.
You want to catch up briefly with Dagon, who already you can see is in the middle of telling tales and laughing with some of the other Aurora Watch soldiers. They're kind of sharing a drink in one of the smaller mess areas as he turns over to the rest of you before you leave and just goes, well, what you up to? Anything in particular?
I think we'll cross paths again, but we've got to go.
All right, well, take care of yourselves.
Think you're gonna stick around here?
Well, at least until the work dries up. I don't feel like trekking all the way back to Balin Post or really enter the semblance of society without any sort of means of making some cash. And, well, to be honest, kind of okay without running into giant, ancient white dragons.
Well,
Sorry about that.
yeah.
Didn't bother me none, just kind of a beacon of danger.
Yeah. If you're still here in like a week, we could probably use you again.
Well, if I'm still around, come find me. We'll say danger or not. Y'all been at least a fun batch to be following.
Dagon, I have an interesting sort of personal question.
I have probably a very disappointing and slightly watered down answer.
You've got to make some good coin doing all this. Where do you want to retire? You could be a pretty well-off man. Move to some small town on the beach somewhere and be comfortable the rest of your days.
Make a persuasion check.
Sparkly die is sometimes hard to see. Persuasion?
Yeah.
15.
15. He goes. Yeah, I got my eyes on a little place. Ever been to Shamal Bay?
Is that in... Do I know where that is?
It's in Marquette.
Is that in Marquette?
It's called the Bay of Gifts. It's got some real good, sunlight.
I've heard of that place.
Well, it ain't cheap, but, I got a plan.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
How about you?
I might have some retirement property. There's actually a bar named after me. You familiar with Rumblecusp?
You don't gotta shit me. You're young. You got plenty of time to figure it out.
Okay. It's fair. Thanks, Dagon, for all your help.
Validation.
Thanks, Dad. Again.
You're funny.
You're cute.
Stay safe, yo. See you around back.
Just slipping really quickly the last of the hot cocoa balls. And Pat, it's good to make friends. Just, stay safe.
I give him a kiss on the cheek.
No.
You're worth every penny.
Hot cocoa.
Get out of here. Gives you a nod and takes one of the cocoa balls.
It's got a hot water. Just I would actually, if you got, or whiskey, anything.
Oh, and just like his teeth are just caked with like powdered chocolate.
Oh, this is bringing back some bad memories.
I got it. It's all good.
It's gonna foam. Okay.
He's just drinking.
That's the marshmallow. Oh boy.
Biting into sweet chocolate.
We just left him with another problem.
It's gonna burn.
But you have your things gathered. To Nicodana?
But first, I will spend while there. I'll spend 5 or 10 minutes looking for just another stone from the ground. I don't know if it's all ice or if there's.
It's easy enough to find a stone from any of the nearby structures that are built within, yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the same thing. I'm going to wrap it in parchment and label it as this outpost. And then, why don't we go back to our quarters, where I can draw on the ground in privacy.
Easy enough. Make
I
your way
will
back.
draw the circle for Yusa's tower.
Okay. As Caleb finishes the familiar scribing on the ground, you see the faint glow begin to connect as it spirals outward, and then all at once flashes across as one connected web of arcane design. And you know what to do. One by one, you all jump into the circle, feeling yourself carried somewhere between space and time and thrust towards your destination. We're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode there. You also do level up because you've you've traversed across Isle Cross, survived an encounter with
A dragon?
with the dragon, with your first real encounter with the Tomb Takers, and
Dungeons and Dwayne.
hit what I would consider a milestone in that regard. So you all level up.
Should we roll hit points
Let's
now?
go ahead and roll hit points now.
Whoa! I might pass 100 hit points. Might.
Don't dream.
Let's
Could
go.
be.
Might not, though.
Could be.
Where's happens now?
Let's update everyone's.
Monks are D8,
Just
right?
barely.
Mine's
Level
D8.
Just barely.
14.
Right?
So level 14.
Rolled a 2.
I'll have to figure
What'd you
out which
I
one.
rolled a 2, but that gets me with my con modifier just to 101 hit points. Oh, happy day.
Sweet.
So when we roll it, we just add it to this rolled HP number that's on here already.
Yeah.
Correct. Just the number you roll. It should add your
Okay.
Constitution modifier automatically.
What do we get at level 4? What is the cleric? It's just more spell slots, if I recall.
I think so. I don't know.
I'll look.
Plus your con, right? Plus your con.
Well, it adds it automatically. You just put the die.
I'll
number.
take a look.
but it is plus
rolled
your con, though, right?
Ooh, nice. So what's your total there?
78 plus 6 is 84. Hold on, I will let you know. My total is 126 now.
Got you.
I just rolled an 8.
So did I.
Wow.
Yes.
Ooh, man.
Ooh!
What'd you
What'd
get?
you get?
I rolled a 12.
Ooh.
What's that put you at, Yasha?
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's add the.
It's just do your rolls and then let me know what your final HP total is.
My HP is now at 117.
117, nice.
I rolled an 8.
150.
Some good rolls this level.
154.
Nice.
I'll have to let you know. I got to figure out which one I want to level up.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
Fine, up to you.
I'm at 98.
Look at you!
Wait a minute. I thought we got another spell.
I'm looking.
You might not have.
I could do an 8 and a 10 and let you know which one it is.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Reroll a 1.
Ooh, I can learn a new spell.
It's either 5 or 8.
5 for which one?
I would be 5 if I do Warlock and 8 if I do a Paladin level up.
Gotcha. Okay, I have that marked here.
So many cool spells. I can learn Tiny Hut.
Caduceus? What's your
121.
121? Alrighty.
Oh, we get 2.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and update that next time.
Wait, is this Is this wait?
Wait.
Wait.
Well,
We'll do it. Yeah,
we'll do it in a second.
like-
We'll let these nice folks go.
No,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
No, they
Okay.
need to watch us choose our spells and abilities.
Sit here for the next 40 minutes deciding on that.
Wait a minute.
What's better, major image or magic circle?
Major image. Moving on.
I guess you'll find out. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Yeah.